decided we need to do something. And the initial step was just to write a letter basically saying we condemn this book banning. And more than 500 of us signed on to that letter very quickly. And some of you may have seen me speak at our local school committee meeting when we had a book challenge. I read a letter from Authors Against Book Bans at that time speaking against those activities. And over time, Authors Against Book Bans expanded to be a more organized group. We now have fiscal sponsorship from every library, and every state is represented. I happen to be one of the leaders for the Massachusetts chapter of Authors Against Book Bans. When we started, we were Massachusetts and Rhode Island combined, but we quickly expanded and separated because our states have very different needs. So you may have heard that there was a freedom to read law passed in Rhode Island in July, and we think Massachusetts should follow along with what Rhode Island accomplished, as does Mark over here, who will speak in a minute, thank you for being a sponsor of the bill. So we've been working hard as Authors Against Book Bans and then joined with a bunch of other organizations to create the Massachusetts Freedom to Read Coalition. And there are librarians and educators, publishers, state organizations like the Massachusetts Commission on LGBTQ Youth. There's a bunch of us working together to try to get this bill passed. The bill is currently sitting in Senate Ways and Means, and any of you who are really local, Senator Roderick is the person who sort of has the control to move that out. So we're hoping if you are represented by Senator Roderick, you're going to ask him to move the bill. We're not going to write postcards to Mark today because Mark is here. And also,
nice to hear from you.
Mark has already like 59 coming from last weekend. You're going to get them soon. We don't need to send him anymore. He's already on board with us and supporting us. Basically, we want to say, Mark, please talk to your colleagues, get them to do something here for us. So if you'd like to write a postcard, two postcards potentially, everything you need to know is right here. I've specifically listed the addresses and the mailing location for the people for Marion, Mattapoisett, Rochester, Acushnet, and Wareham, because I suspected those folks might be here. If you're not from one of those towns, I can help you find out who your person is to write to. But basically, several of these towns are represented by Mark, so please don't write to Mark. But the others are listed here, and the directions are here for like what is in the bill, in case you want to know, but Mark will speak more about that. And then this is some samples of what you could write in your postcard. And you don't need to stamp them because the publisher, Penguin Random House, is paying for all postage. So I will put the stamps on later. Leave the postcards here, please. We're trying to send them en masse, like in a bunch. What last thing? Oh, Michael had the sign-up list. We also have on this sheet a QR code directly for our sign-up for Mass Freedom to Read. If you sign up on that sheet, I'll make sure you get added, but it's easier if you do it here. It's just an electronic, you'll automatically be on that list. So I think that's all that I had to say. I am here. I will help if you have any questions about how to write these postcards. But hopefully anyone who's here who lives in Massachusetts will write at least one, maybe two, if Mark isn't your person.